welcome to Outrageous Stories with the Angry Ninja, and ever so often, a special guest. Alright, it's time for another outrageous story. I'm eventually going to get guests on here. I'm trying. So you want to be a guest on this podcast, hit me up at cman2342 on Twitter. Hit me up, asktheangryninja@gmail.com, and I will bring you on and let you tell your outrageous story. So here's another outrageous story about me. And it's an embarrassing story, really, but I don't even care. I'm going to tell you about the time I shit the wall. That's right. I shit the wall. It was not a good day. It was a bad day. It was a day of disgrace and horror and sadness and a day of shitting the wall. So, I say this and I mean it in the saddest way possible. I used to work 2 jobs, and I was broke and poor. And I'm sure all of y'all can relate to being broke and poor. So I wasn't eating the best food. Because I was eating whatever I could get my hands on because I was poor. It's what happens when you don't have money. You eat what you can get. And your stomach doesn't always appreciate you eating like that. So, I'd worked at the 3rd shift as a prison as a correctional officer. I'd eaten some ramen noodles and some cheap sausage. I mean, like the 20-pack of Polish sausage where I cut them up, mixed them in with the noodles, ate them. And I put a little egg in the noodles when I cooked, kind of fried them, almost like a chicken fried rice kind of thing with ramen noodles. It's really good. Y'all should try it. And a little too much butter, a little too much sausage, and it settled in my stomach in a bad way. And didn't really have much of a break between going from there to my second job, where I was a cashier at a store called Myers. So I worked in the lawn and garden department. Not an exciting place, because, I mean, they didn't call it that. They called it the Meyer backyard because it's a store, but it has a back, whatever. But there's one register out there, and I was the only person working because it's like 8 to 12 in the morning. I worked it was like 9 to 1. Yeah, got out of prison, drove straight there, worked. And you can be out there by yourself, but you can't leave the register. And there's only one of us out there because, honestly, nobody's shopping in Meyer from 9 to 1 in the lawn and garden apartment. Basically, I stood there and played on my phone and got in trouble for playing on my phone, but whatever. That's what I did. And I was there for about 2 hours, and my stomach betrayed me. My stomach said, gurgle, gurgle, poop, poop, you gotta go. And I said, oh, no. So I'm standing there clenching. And I called my manager, like, hey, I have got to go. I have got to go bad. And my manager, like, cool, I'll get somebody out there in a minute. We'll just get one of the cashiers can relieve you. I'm like, cool. So I'm waiting, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And the cauldron is brewing. It's bubbling. I'm pretty sure I burped a fart. I could taste it. It was horrible. I'm in pain. And it's been like a half hour now. I call my manager. I'm like, look, you got like 2 choices. 3 choices. You can either A, get somebody out here. I'm going to go to the bathroom. 2, I'm going to shit in one of these potted plants and use the leaf to wipe my ass. Or I'm just going to abandon the register and go to the bathroom. He goes, you can't talk to me that way. I'm like, I don't care. I've got to go. He's like, all right. So like 3 minutes later, somebody finally shows up. So I do the tight butt walk. Not like the super clinch walk, but the tight butt walk to the front of the store. Because doors are pretty close to the pharmacy. Get by the pharmacy, go right to the front door. There's bathrooms right there. And it says closed for cleaning. I'm like, oh no it ain't. I work here, I don't care. So I go to push on the men's door, and it's locked. And the cleaning dude's not there. So apparently like, he locked the doors because he was going to clean them and then bounced. And I can't get in. And I'm like, okay, all right. Now, the bad news is, I don't know if this happens to you, but this happens to me. My body knows when I'm about to move to the toilet. So like, my body purged the torpedo tubes, cleared out all the air, preloaded the turd. It was sitting there. It was ready to go. The turtle head hadn't poked out, but it had breached the cell doors. Like, it was there. And I'm to the toilet, and I can't go in. I'm like, Ugh. So I literally just stand there, and I grab the wall. And I clench down, and I'm holding the wall. And I'm praying to the baby Jesus. I'm like, please, don't let me crap my pants right here. Please, I can make it to the back of the store. And I literally had to walk. Now, this is Meijer. Now, for people who don't know what Meijer is, It's like a super Walmart. Takes it a little bit bigger. And the next bathroom's literally all the way back by electronics. Just like Walmart. It's really far. And there I am. A tear rolling down my face. And I'm like, I'm not going to make it. And I'm praying to the Lord Jesus. Like, please, I don't want to shit my pants. So I am doing the penguin walk. Like, I'm not bending my knees. Butt is clenched so tight. Like, beyond watertight. Like, if I was the man to shit my pants right then, it would have come out as a sheet of paper coming through my butt cheeks there, clenched so hard. And I wobble walk, and I move, and like ever so many feet, I have to stop and just grab something and bear down, like, please don't let me, and hold it. And I keep it in. And like I'm finally, like, I'm in the toys, and like I can see the door, I can see the toilet. I'm like, yes, I'm gonna make it. And I'm clenching this shelf so hard to keep myself from shitting. I jerked up on it a little bit. Didn't mean to, because like it was just a moment of cramp pain. I literally took off the shelf. The shelf's gonna raise up and come. Yeah, I took off all those toys, just fell on the ground and dropped it. I was like, I don't care. I'm fucking waddle through the toys I just knocked over, make it into the bathroom, make it back to the toilet, and like I'm undoing my belt. And I pull my pants down. I kind of bend over just a little bit, pull my pants down to my ankles and stuff. And I go to squat to get to the toilet. Before I can get all the way down the toilet, all that pressure releases, and it shoots out of me like a rocket. And just spackles the wall with one big old turd just right in the middle. And I'm like, ooh. And I'm serious. It looked like brown spackle. It looked like somebody had like taken a pudding cup, put the pudding on a tea stand, and somebody smacked it with a baseball. It just with little chunks in it. And then I looked down. The toilet was still clean. So I sat down. I finished up, wiped. Didn't have to wipe much. It came out such force, like my butthole came out clean. It was amazing. Pulled my pants up, looked at the wall, looked at the back of the toilet, so I didn't flush. Because there was, I sat like down on the one, like hovered on like the one clean part of the seat. Finished, pulled my pants up, checked myself, checked my clothes and myself to make sure no backsplash, nothing. And I'm like, okay, I'm good. Nothing's on me. It's all on the wall. Nobody came in the bathroom. Nobody knows. So I go to the bathroom, walk out, wash my hands real quick, walk up to the front lawn and garden, and don't tell anybody. Until now. Now knows. Now some poor maintenance guy at Meijer knows who shit all over the wall at Meijer's and had to clean it. And I want to say to that guy, I'm sorry. Because I know you didn't make a lot to clean that. And I know somebody cleaned it because like an hour later, it was all gone. Man, I feel for you. And I'm sorry. But don't eat bad food. And don't try to hold it that long. Probably would have been nicer if I just shit in the plant and buried it under the dirt. Could have just called it a little extra fertilizer. The plant would have grown good. But no, not me. I tried to do the right thing and hold it and go to the bathroom. And well, I made it to the bathroom. At least I didn't shit myself that day. And yes, for the record, I have shit myself. They weren't proud moments. But I'm on certain medications and things have happened. And food poisoning. Holy crap, food poisoning. One of the worst days of my life. But we'll talk about that on a different outrageous story about the time I got food poisoning. Although it's not as fun of a story. It's really not. I mean, this is exactly what you managed. Thank God the toilet was right next to the tub because I was shitting in one, puking in the other. It was not a good day. It wasn't a good look. It was like the scenes out of Bridesmaids, but it was just one person. And I destroyed that bathroom. And like at one point, like I just ended up butthole naked. I just crawled into the shower, literally laying in my junk because I'd puked all over it. And it just kind of turned on the water and laid there until all of it washed off of me. And it was like, yeah. My now ex at the time came in and she's like, "Do you need anything?" I'm like, "Oh, wait, don't look at me. Don't look at me in my shame." She's like, "Oh my God." I'm like, "I'll clean it up later. Just leave me alone." Yeah, it was not okay. All right, guys, that is an outrageous story of outrageous stories. Have you ever heard me? Yeah. I'm actually going to publish this. I am. I'm going to publish it. If you got an outrageous story, by all means, come on down and tell me an outrageous story. All you guys have a wonderful night. right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the show. It's all part of the Ninja Podcast Network with all the shows featuring Ask the Angry Ninja Show, Not a Kid's Game, presented by the Angry Ninja, which is our D&D podcast, the Ninja News and Politics Show, Sports Talk with the Ninja and J-Mo, and our newest podcast, Outrageous Stories with the Ninja, featuring the occasional special guests. Great shows, great stuff. If you want to reach any of us, you go at asktheangryninja@gmail.com. You can reach us on Twitter at cman2342. You can get us on Facebook on the Ask the Angry Ninja Show Facebook page. Any of those places, if you want to support us, we appreciate that. Go to patreon.com/worstjokes. And if you join high enough tier, you'll get a free gift. And we just appreciate any support and feedback. You guys have a wonderful night, and we'll holler at you later.